I've mentored hundreds, literally hundreds of people, executives, fully employed, MBA, and executive MBA. And if I take everything that I've learned from working with these people, I can boil it down to what you're going to learn in an hour. And it's amazing because the most common question that I get, this is how every mentoring session starts, right here. Adam, I had this opportunity and I'm thinking about doing this, and should I take this job? Ultimately, that's what 90% of all people, that's what the question is when we start off on a mentoring session or a mentoring program. Should I take the job? And I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, I just met you. How the hell do I know if you should take this job? I have no idea. And so I kind of have a canned response to this. And literally, I just did this yesterday. I was sitting down with a guy, he's a mid-level executive, and he's talking to me about a job opportunity, and he's like, should I take this job? What do you think? And so my response to everybody is the same. And it's, where are you going? Because to answer that question, I need to know what your destination is that you've got in mind. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about here today is going to sound pretty straightforward and simple, but I got to tell you, not a lot of people on this planet actually do what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you that if you follow this program, I guarantee you, your career will accelerate, you'll go farther, faster, you'll get where you think you want to be sooner, and you'll stay there longer. So that was kind of my challenge when I was writing this for you. So let's do an exercise. Let's start with, okay, if I tell you to go out there and get in a car and drive, and that's all I tell you, you can do that, right? You'll go out there, you'll get in a car, and you'll start driving. And you'll think, this dude's crazy, man. Where the hell am I supposed to go? That's a little bit different than if I tell you, get in a car and drive to New York City. So, get in a car and drive, I guarantee you, all of you would stay within 10 miles of here, if you even got that far. You'd just be driving around in circles, thinking, okay, what am I supposed to do? How long am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to go anywhere? What's the objective? And it's different than if I tell you go to New York. Now you know, okay, hell, first of all, I'm going to be gone for 3 days. It's going to take me 3 days to get there. I got to pack. I better tell somebody I'm going. Who's going to feed the goldfish, the cat, the dog? If you've got a significant other, it's like, what am I going to tell them? And, I'm going to need some money. I'm going to have to stay some places. But essentially, everybody, just knowing you're going to New York, could do that. You get in the car, you start heading east. Some of you might say, okay, I'm going to go south, and I'm going to take the 10, and I'm going to go through Texas. Somebody else might say, I'm going all the way up north, and I'm going to take I-94 across. And point is, multiple ways to get there, but you all generally know, at least I would hope most of you know, New York is east of here. If you go west, you're going to fall off the cliff, and you're going to be in the ocean in less than 5 minutes. So, point is, if I tell you to drive, you have no idea where you're going. That is most people in life. They have no idea where they're going. They're just living for the moment. And that's why the majority of Americans, let me start with, how many people were born in a different country? Okay, great, love it. Learn something about Americana. Most Americans get up, they grow up, they go to school, and they live within 50 miles of where they were born. Majority of Americans. And if I told you just get in a car and drive, that's what you would do. You drive right around home. Very few people actually go off and do something. So, thirdly, if I told you, as you're all approaching New York now, 3 days later, 2.5 for those of you who drink Red Bull and drive all night. As you're getting close to New York now, I text you and I say, go to 50 Central Park South. Now you got a destination. You made it all the way across the country, you took 3 different paths, but now all of you are going to converge on one place, right? So what's 50 Central Park South? It's the Ritz-Carlton. Nice place to hang out if you go into New York City. It's right across from the park, great views, right off Fifth Avenue. Do some shopping, have some food. And so what I'm telling you is the better that you can define where your life's journey is going to take you, the easier it is to navigate through change and make decisions like, should I go left or right? Should I take this job? Should I not take this job? When I'm mentoring people, I have them do two things. And you thought this was just going to be a lecture. I actually give them homework assignments. So, first homework assignment. And I'm going to tell you, you don't have to give this to anybody. Sean doesn't want it. I don't want it. This is for you. But I guarantee you, if you do it, you'd be amazed at how your life is going to change. It's simple. This is 2019. You go home and you write down on a piece of paper, 2029. It's 10 years from now. What is your life like? Where do you live? Are you married? Do you have kids? What does your house look like? What kind of car do you drive? What's your net worth? How are you giving back to society? By the way, he's got this in PDF. You don't have to write anything down unless you want to. He can email it to you. Write about your life. Your life. Are you going to New York? Do you know the address? I mean, pick out detail. Write down detail about where you want to be 10 years from now. It'll clarify life for you. And I'm going to show you that. But there's a second assignment. Second assignment, write your own obituary. What have you accomplished in your life? What are the things that you're most proud of? How did you give back to society? And when it was time for your memorial service, did anybody show up? If you do these two things, I promise you that life will get very simple. If you think about a river, if you say, how long is the Mississippi River? There's two answers. First answer is how far it goes from north to south in the United States. But the second answer is if you measure from the middle of the river and you follow its path, it's almost twice as long as point A to point B. The point of these exercises is for you to make your life a straight line, a straight path, rather than aimlessly wandering left and right as your river of life is kind of flowing and deciding which direction should I go. Oh, I didn't like that direction. I'm going to change. I'm going to go this way. And so these things are really powerful. They're really helpful. Now, when you can articulate this, life's choices become easy.